Yo, what's good with y'all boys and girls? I hope that each and every single one of y'all are having a safe, beautiful, amazing, blessed day. Today, I will be breaking down the best rotations, team, as well as build for Bambietta. I promise by the end of this video, you will play Bambietta better. I promise you will get some type of value with your Bambietta, specifically Bambietta's entry skill, as well as how to get the most out of the character. A lot of people are not using her, getting her entry skill off, as well as having the best rotations for her. This video will completely solve that. I promise you it will. You will go away from this video learning something. Now, I ain't gonna waste y'all time. Let's get straight into it. If y'all do enjoy the video or get style value from it, like the video, please subscribe, please. I'm on the road to 1K, but I'm trying to before the end of the year. We're halfway there. We're at 500 thanks to y'all, but let's go. Now, I'm gonna break down Bambietta's kit, the really important part, super dumbed down, nothing too like crazy or too elaborate. Then I'm gonna show you in the gameplay, because the talking I'm about to tell y'all is gonna translate directly into the gameplay, and it's gonna be way more easier for you to understand as I'm talking while I'm playing the game. But for those people that want to know the kit and what's important about it in a super easy dumbed down way, the main thing about Bambietta is you need to know about her passives. The passive that allows you to have her entry skill. Whenever you use her entry skill, she gains a 25% buff. With the rotations that most of you guys are doing, / most of the rotations that you guys are seeing, you're not using Bambietta's entry skill to enter her full standage. You're just doing basic attacks, getting a counter attack from Aizen, which gives you spiritual pressure to then enter the full standage, and you're using her technique to enter the full standage. You're basically just spam basic attacks, techniques, and Aizen's counter that you get with your other characters to get Bambietta's full standage, which you don't get that 25% attack buff when you're doing that, because you only get it through the entry skill. The second thing is that with Bambietta, receive spiritual pressure, 20% to be specific, when another character uses a counterattack. So for example, Aizen or Kisuke, which is the best team currently in the game for Bambietta. And then when we have another finesse type unit and they have an entry skill, Bambietta will gain spiritual pressure. But it doesn't say specifically right here. It doesn't say specifically how much spiritual pressure Bambietta gains, but I'm assuming it will be more than a character besides finesse. The finesse character doing the entry skill, you will get more than a character that is not finesse. Now, Bambietta gets more buffs, but those are specifically two of the things you have to keep in mind when it comes to her gameplay, that you have to specifically remember in your head that will incorporate in her gameplay. Now, here is my build of my Bambietta. Here's what she's looking like. I know I have to adjust and get a third piece with crit rate on it and crit damage on the substats, so old charge and attack percent, but I crafted my first and third piece with perfect gear. My second piece, that's just the best I had, so I just had to deal with it. It's not too bad. I mean, it is bad, but I can hang with it. For Bambietta, for all her pieces, basically, first piece, main stat, you want either attack percent or finesse, either is fine. Substats for all of her gear that you want. In an ideal scenario, realistically, you want 3 out of the 4. And the 3 out of the 4 you want is old charge, crit damage on all of her pieces. But ideally, if you craft all perfect pieces, you want crit damage, crit rate, attack percent, ultimate charge. Now for passive, you want anything that includes basic attack. Basic attack is the most ideal, excuse me. So basically anything concerning basic attack is what you want for passives. But here's my stats. Now, my Bambietta is complete free to play build wise. I have one copy of her core stat, one copy of her weapon, and she's B0. Now my Aizen is B1, unfortunately, not at least fortunately for me, I'm not gonna lie. B1 Aizen, I feel so sorry for players that did not get B1 Aizen. He was for sure worth the investment from back in the day. But I've been having Aizen B1 since when he first came out. And my Kisuke is B2. Aizen's core stat is maxed out, but without yapping out the way, let's get into the gameplay, because this is part of the video that really matters, and the rotation wise is gonna help your Bambietta so much. And yes, Bambietta is still clunky, but this makes it so much smoother. It's like a crunchy peanut butter. Yeah, it's not completely smooth, but it's a nice little texture, you know what I'm saying? But with that weird joke out the way, let's get into the gameplay. All right, y'all, so from what I've been seeing, this is the most common rotation that people are doing for Bambietta. And let's actually do a timer. Let's see how fast we get her full standards, right? And I'm gonna show you the way how I do it, the rotation. So they go like here, do keys to get his buffs off. Then they go into Aizen, try to get his thing up, right? They go into Kisuke, or it might go into Bambietta. They special skill, boom, basic attack, get the ultimate. We basically got the volt standard around 146, 147 if you want to call it, right? I'm gonna show you the way how I get her volt standard off, and I'm gonna also explain how I get to it, right? I'm explaining like what I'm doing after I do it, right? So this is the way how I get to. This is the rotation that I do for Bambietta. So I'll switch. I'll start with Bambietta first, right? So timer on. Is Kisuke. I go to Aizen. Go to Bambi. And I'm in Bambietta, 149. 149. I could really do 150 and get her full standards basically in 10 seconds, but that's how I do it. Now I'm gonna break down to you what I did to get that full standard so fast. So with Bambietta, right? A really important thing about Bambietta is that a lot of people are like kind of disregarding her technique because it takes you out of the full standard. So a lot of people are not even paying mind to it. They just use it as a means to an end to try to get the full standards. But one thing that's very important with Bambietta, kind of like Grimmjow, Pantera Grimmjow in a way, is that once you do her skill, if you tap the basic attack, it will do like a quick little palm strike on the enemy after you do the basic attack, after the technique, and it only happens with the technique. And as you guys can see from that, I literally have basically half of my spiritual pressure up by just doing the technique in just one tap of the basic attack. So I'm gonna reset it and we're gonna do it again. Boom, basically almost half of my spiritual pressure bar, which is really important. So what I do is that I do the technique, tap the basic attack once, go to Kisuke, get the buffs off. And then I just, every single time, you always want to go into Bambietta first. And then always when you go into Bambietta, whenever you switch into her, whether it's the counter or her skill, you tap the basic attack and then you switch out. Always with Bambietta. And I hope that makes sense. And that's how you get the full standard so fast. And also you get higher damage doing it this way as well. So I'm going to redo that and re-explain it, right? I'm going to do it slow. So the main thing which is I'm gonna try to make it really simple. Every single time you go into Bambietta, or whether it's a counter attack, two things when you switch into Bambietta. When you're doing her base form technique, tap the basic attack once. When you counter with her, tap the basic attack once. As well as whenever you have like a counter up with Aizen that he gives, always go into Bambietta first and then switch out if you already don't have your entry skill. Also, doing it this way with getting to Bambietta's full standard through her entry skill also gives you a 25% damage buff. Remember when I talked about it before? With her passive boost giving you 25%, or I believe it's either 25% or it's 25%. It's whatever the percentage I showed you in the beginning of the video. That Bambietta gets, the attack percentage that she gets from switching in with her entry skill. You not only do you get her entry skill or her full standard fast, not only do you get into her full standard faster, you also get the extra damage buff from entering the full standard through her entry skill. That's why the rotation I'm showing you is so important. Now I'm going to restart what I just said, and I'm going to show you guys rotation again just to make sure y'all got it down packed solid, cause I know it's hard for me sometimes to understand YouTubers and the way how they talk. So the three things you want to remember with Bambietta when you're playing her, right? For this team specifically, the bootleg team that we have right now with Bambietta and two bums basically. Technique, tap the basic attack once. Two, Whenever you have a counterattack with Bambietta, okay, my bad. I'm gonna restart. Whenever you technique with Bambietta, tap the basic attack once. 2. Whenever you switch it to Bambietta, always tap the basic attack. Whenever it is, just tap the basic attack after you, whether it's through a counter or a technique, tap the basic attack. 2. Whenever you have a counter attack from Aizen, when you have both the purple indications on both of your characters, always go into Bambietta first, because she's gonna get the spiritual pressure from the counter attack itself, and they go into Kisuke, and then you'll be able to basically activate a counter attack technically through Bambietta's entry skill when you go back into her after you do Kisuke. Third, remember that Bambietta gets a 25% or 20%, whatever the buff is. Long story short, she gets an attack percentage buff through her entry skill. As well as the way I'm showing you, the rotation I'm showing you, you get her voltage faster through the way I'm showing you. So I'm gonna do what I'm telling you guys to do, right? Let me just do the timer. Technique, basic attack once, go into Kisuke, get the buffs. Do a special attack, ultimate, then we're gonna go into Aizen, build up his Hado. And then we're gonna go into Bambietta. Remember I said always go into Bambietta first when you have the Aizen counter attack up. Tap the basic attack once, go into Kisuke, and then boom. 10-second volt standage with Bambietta, and then you go in. It's really that simple, y'all. I hope this helped y'all. I figured this out by myself, just live with a character, because I'm gonna make a video on this, but Bambietta is probably one of my most. I think the last time I really enjoyed a character like this was Kenpachi, dude. Or True Shikai Ichigo. She's, long story short, Bambietta is my favorite character of a recent release. Yeah, she's definitely held behind by her team, but gameplay wise, this character is just so fun to me. I don't know why. I just have a blast playing with this character. But let's get into a 2-minute rotation, and keep in mind this is Toshiro's bond as well. I think I might make a video on Bambietta's bond actually, but alright y'all, let's go. But despite me explaining the rotation to y'all, I keep on screwing up. But this character is a complete blast, bro. I love her. Gameplay wise, she's my favorite character of recent. I remember it, like, and I think animation wise, bro, the only characters that were hanging with her are True Shikai Ichigo and Ukiura, bruh. Those are the only characters who are hanging with Bambietta visually, dude. Like, literally the only characters hanging with her. She's like, she's so, and these basic attacks, they're just so satisfying to me. I'm not sure what is wrong with me. Maybe I have something wrong with me. Maybe I'm sick in the head. I don't know, dude, but I just know the basic attacks do something for me, boy. I just know they do something for me. You know what I'm saying? They just do something for me. You feel me? Go over to Bambi here. Tap the basic attack. And then we just let her ride. Go into Bambietta here. Explode it. Yes, sir. Do our thing. The whole roundabout. I just wish they kind of incorporated her technique into her ultimate. It's kind of weird that, like, her it's kind of weird that her see, go to Bambietta here, boom. Yep, you have enough time in the ult. Nice. Exploded in there. Yes, sir. Reload these Kisuke buffs. Go back into Aizen. You already have the Hado here, so we don't even have to technique there. Go back into Bambietta. Just constant exploded. Everything just exploded. Exploded. That's what my girl be saying, bruh. She be saying exploded. But Bambi's a blast. Oh my gosh, she's so fun, bro. I just can't wait to see her with her full team realize, bro. That's really when Bambietta's whole you know, repertoire is gonna be on display. You know, had to stall a little bit there because we didn't have her all the way, but it's cool. It's cool. And I've been seeing a lot of people saying that, like, oh, what does he call it, bro? Saying, Bambietta? Not Bambietta, talking about Uryu and, what's his name? We didn't crit there, unfortunately. Talking about Uryu and Candace being, finesse units. Y'all, do y'all remember when the devs said we're not releasing back-to-back types after what happened with Thrust and Mayuri and them? Unfortunately, I just don't think that's gonna be the case, ladies and fellas, man. I'm not gonna lie. I do not think they're gonna give us another Thrust unit after they mentioned what happened. I just don't think so. Like I said, we got 5 of these little twirl around ultimates with the girl, bro. You know what I'm saying? And hey, look, I ain't gonna lie, this is very impressive damage for me personally, considering that this is a B0 core stamp 1. B0 core stamp 1, weapon 1. This is completely stock. You know what I'm saying? I just got the whip from the shop. I was gonna try to wrap something there, but like I couldn't go no more. I'm sorry, but this is a completely stock Bambietta, and yet she was able to achieve this much damage. Keep in mind, yes, it's not freaking Uki or Shushikai's, but considering the circumstance that she is currently in, with me having her at a low investment for the play level, as well as her team, this is very exceptional damage, bro. Her stuff is gonna skyrocket once we get a finesse tactic, especially since our last tactic was on white. It was on white Ichigo's level. If we get a tactic unit, a finesse tactic unit of white Ichigo's caliber, or probably even higher, because every character that they release, the last character that they released before that within the same typing or even role, the power creep is slightly better. So if we get a slightly better white Ichigo, but it's for finesse tactic, bro, it's gonna be insane. Her damage is gonna skyrocket, just go up and up and up. So I think Bambi is more of an investment unit. You want her to invest. I would say do not summon right now. Do not summon. Wait until the 2IW collab is about to end, and then you summon. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. I hope this helped. Drop below any questions you have. I am your assistant. I'm here to help y'all. So let me know what y'all figured out. If you have a better rotation, let me know down below. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for the support as always. If you did enjoy or got some type of helpful things from this video, like the video. Please subscribe. Please. I'm trying to hit that 1K and I can just taste it, bro. I've worked so hard. Me and you, cause y'all been supporting the videos, you know what I'm saying? We both doing our part. I told myself by the end of the year I want to hit the 1K, and we're at the halfway point, and we're halfway in the year, and I've hit 500. So thank God first and foremost, and thank y'all, because this is just a blessing, man. This is my dream. This is my goal. I want to be able to do this as my full-time job. And yeah, man, this is all possible through y'all, man. I love y'all. Don't forget to chase our dreams, goals, and aspirations, and I will see you in the next one, man. Peace.
Look, 200,000 on a dash. Ain't tryna rush it, but I'm moving fast. I get money, I've been in my bag. Laying low, but I move like an activist. I don't talk, but I preach and I'm passionate. And I rock with my brother beside me. I walk around with that guap in my pocket. Play around with that tool, he ain't using no lies. No, I came out the